Hi YouTube, it's Riley. Guess what? It's officially April! April is one of my favorite months because it's my birth month. What party? With the beginning of April, you also know that Easter just ended. Now all of you want to know what I did on Easter, so I made a little video montage for you. Let's do this. Mission completed. That's right. I was the Easter Bunny. Who doesn't love the Easter Bunny? He basically just brings you chocolate and candy. You don't have to worry about the Easter Bunny judging you or anybody saying, oh, the Easter Bunny's gonna put you on his naughty list. There is no naughty list for the Easter Bunny. Everybody gets candy because the Easter Bunny is a boss. I love the Easter Bunny. He's the best. I don't know how I get roped into things like this. I think it's just because I have a really hard time saying no to people. I'm just too nice. I guess the moral of the story is just don't be nice. It is because of this that when my church needed somebody to be the Easter Bunny, they all automatically pointed their fingers at me. I didn't want to disappoint. I had to say yes. Whenever I agreed to do this, I just assumed that they were gonna paint whiskers on me and maybe give me a little basket with some eggs and some bunny ears. They took this to a whole new level. They got me a full body bunny costume. As a result, I've decided to make a video on what you should know if you are going to be a costume character. There are some things I think I would have liked to know before this experience. I would just like to impart my knowledge on those of you who may be considering being a costume character. Because that's harder than it looks. I have a newfound respect for people who do that as a career. The first thing you should know, don't go into this thinking you're gonna be able to move around. The only part that you really have control over is your thumbs. People hand you their children, their pets. I was scared for their safety. They would want me to hold them, but I couldn't latch on. I had to just kind of use my arms and squeeze them. Some of the scariest moments of my life. I thought, the Easter Bunny is going to physically harm some child and I'm gonna get sued for this. The second thing you should know is that there's a very likely chance you will die from lack of oxygen. This is the 21st century, people. I don't understand why we do not have the technology to be able to make better ventilation in these costumes. I know I'm no scientist, but I know that when you breathe in oxygen and you breathe out carbon dioxide, and sooner or later, if you don't have any fresh oxygen coming in, your little bunny head is gonna fill up with carbon dioxide. I'm honestly surprised I did not pass out. Whenever it got really bad, I wasn't just gonna take off my bunny head because that would just ruin the illusion, and then who would it be fun for? No one. And I would just ruin the kid's childhood, and I didn't want to be responsible for that. The third thing you should know whenever wearing animal costumes is that you should wear as little clothing as possible underneath. So I didn't think that I was going to get hot at all. If it's spring, there's a little breeze. I was dripping in sweat. I felt like I was in the Sahara Desert in that bunny costume of death. The sun is just beating down on you. I swear that costume was over 100 degrees. Then when you're dying of lack of oxygen and basically losing all of the water in your body at once, you're having to act nice and wave and look out for little kids because you have no peripherals. It's basically just straight ahead. I have to literally turn my whole body down and be like, oh, that's a kid. Whoops, sorry I just tripped over you. Which leads me to my fourth point. That is, you have no idea how bad it smells. My mom brought Lysol so I could spray it on the inside, but even that could not mask the smell that was forever going to inhabit this bunny costume. The time I was breathing out through my mouth because if I breathed with my nose, I could smell it and I felt like I was in a gas chamber and somebody was trying to kill me. The fifth thing you should know, which I guess is kind of a plus, is that you can make whatever face you want behind that mask and ain't nobody gonna know what you doing. This permanent smile on the front of the mask so nobody's gonna see it. The last thing you should know is actually a really big boost of your self-confidence. Because you could basically do whatever the hell you want and nobody knows who you are. You could be dancing, you could be going up to some really cute guy, which there were some, and just giving him a huge hug. And guess what? They'll hug back. You don't have to worry about people judging, so I could just be my freaky self. In my experience, I applaud anybody who is a costume character. I bow to you, honestly. It was an experience, but I highly doubt I will ever do that again. Have a good week, and I'll see y'all next week.